Hey, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a video where today's topic we are going to be talking about the top swing trade stocks that we are swing trading at Young Money Investments here in October 2020. You guys, I have not made a video like this for you in quite some time. We have been crushing it over in the private mentorship, Young Money Investments private mentorship, and that's where I'm doing obviously everything on a daily basis. If you'd like to be a part of that or kind of learn a little bit more, there is a link down below and I kind of give a brief description / overview of what we do in the private mentorship. But regardless, we're going to be doing some big things today here on YouTube. I'm going to be giving you guys my top swing trade stocks that we are in right now for the month. What levels have we hit? Where have we taken some profits? Where are we looking to take more profits at? This isn't one of those where it's like, hey, these are some good stocks to trade, but I'm not going to give you price levels. No, we're going to give you the price levels. I'm going to give you where I'm looking to stop out if that does end up happening. And I give you where I'm actually in on these trades because as you know, we are currently on October 11th. So there's been some time there. We've been in these trades for at least a week now. And I'm going to give you guys kind of the time frame and the dates that I'm in. So let's roll over to the charts. Let's take a look and I'm going to explain to you, where we're at, what we're doing. So pulling up the monitor here, we're going to take a look at the first one that has done extremely well. Now, Workhorse was one that was in the private live stream that I talked about. This was back on Monday. So Monday, I talked about getting in this. 23 was a good level to enter. And I actually, what's ironic about this particular trade, if we do zoom in here, actually before we zoom out or zoom in, we should zoom out and take a look here. Seeing highs at 31.45, we've seen lows now to 20.36, but we've seen this kind of strong level of support consolidating right here at none other than $23. Where was my level that I wanted to get in and kind of roll with this? $23. So $23 was kind of where I was in previously. I had stopped out, this being, I believe this was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I had stopped out on this trade, but re-entered. So I re-entered at about 23.12, I believe. Re-entered at 23, but exited, I believe, at 22.88 on this down sell. And if you can't see this super well, I'll try to zoom in a little bit more because this is kind of where we're at, where we're in. Now, there's some big news coming out, obviously, in regards to the USPS contracts or the UPS. Gosh, I'm getting all these letters mixed up. Basically, the contracts, what they are looking to earn, and this is kind of why this news and kind of this phenomenon that's happening right now, you can see that we have pushed up basically on Friday almost 20%. This was a massive mover on Friday, and I expect to see this continue to move. Now, do I recommend just buying, wherever? No, we got in here at a strong level of support down here at $23. It was not obviously the low of $20, 20.36, but it was a strong level of support, and that's one of the reasons that we wanted to look to buy in at this particular range. Even if you go back before, this was strong support. So we're expecting to see this continue to push up. If we continue to get these bullish moves, and especially if they do end up winning the contracts that they are supposed to be getting, we are going to continue to see this thing rip. And I am super stoked to see if we can get a break of this previous high right here at 31.45. Break at 31.45 will obviously push this thing up towards the next level, which is going to be right here towards 38. And that is a massive jump and potential for profit of another 22%. Now, when we're talking about where we're currently at, that still is a large jump. But again, going back to where our entry point is, that's what we need to talk about, is that $23 level. So I have taken some profit off right up here at 17.5%. Excuse me. I will look to probably, more likely than not really take a whole lot off up here. I will take a little bit more off though, obviously up here at $29. And then we're going to let it rip a little bit more, and then potentially, see where we're at with this. Any sign of bad news? Now, this is the big thing you do need to know with Workhorse. If there is a bad news report that does come out, now don't pay attention to what the short sellers are saying. But if a bad press report does come out that they don't get the contracts, it might be a time to sell this swing trade. So that is something to keep in mind when you are trading Workhorse. It's very volatile right now. Those are things that most people might not pay attention to, but that's something you want to know if you are going to be trading Workhorse or WKHS. Another one that is more of a long-term investment, or I would say, if it's a swing trade, it's definitely it's a swing trade, but it's a long-term investment, and that is going to be Royal Dutch Shell. So Shell, it's an oil corporation, right? We had obviously seen this starting to roll back down here to that 23.72 mark. I talked about entering this on Monday and Tuesday, so if you were getting in on that, you would technically be up right now, roughly about 6%, 5.75%. So not a lot, but there is still a lot of room to run on this, and you might go, well, is there really, Cameron? Yeah. If we pull this up and take a look at everything that's happened in the past 6 months, COVID was the drop down right here, and we're pretty much towards those COVID level drops that Shell had. Now, energy in general, oil in general, has been taking kind of a beating lately. They have been selling off. And again, obviously because of COVID, we're seeing more companies or more travel related businesses that deal in oil. They're not getting as many customers. And with that, obviously supply and demand does affect the overall price of a particular commodity like oil. Now, this can only get so cheap though, you guys. That's one of the things about oil. I mean, it can only get so cheap. And so maybe this is you could go, well, that's a gamble. What if they go bankrupt? I know electric stocks are very hot right now. We're talking about right now. Workhorse is a great example. You could talk about Plug. You could talk about Fold. You could talk about Tesla. And we're going to talk about Tesla as well. All those companies are doing extremely well. Why not take almost like an alternative play as well, that more likely than not will get a bounce, because we are just so overextended to the downside. In the scheme of things, when you compare it to where this particular company was trading at pre-COVID, I mean, we were way up, well above $56. We're actually a little bit higher, and we are down here now in the 20s. So I like this in terms of a swing trade. If you're looking at this from a shorter swing trade perspective, being in down here, even if you were to get in, like where we're at $25, you're looking at your first take profit. I'd be looking at a take profit right up here in the high 29s. You're looking at 18% there. If you were taking off more, or most, if not all, right here at 31, you're sitting at 25, 26%. And then up here, if you're willing to swing this a little bit longer, obviously there is that potential to then get up there in that 32% range. So this is another one of those trades that I like. It's not so much just a swing trade option. I like this particular trade as well as more of like a long-term investment. This company does normally pay a dividend, which is nice. So I like this as well, not only for a swing trade, but also for a long-term investment as well. So hopefully you like that particular option as well. Next one we're going to talk about is none other than Tesla. Tesla is another one. Everybody's got to talk about Tesla. September, this was one I did not post a video on, but in the group, we had talked about getting in on this down in the mid 300 level. I'm currently averaged in it through, I believe it's $375, but we did talk about getting in down here in this level, at this level of support at 407. Now you might go, Cameron, you don't have a level of 407 drawn. Yes, these are Fibonacci retracements. There is not a 407 level, but just because there's no Fibonacci retracement there does not mean that this chart does not hold true to the fact that there's a 407 level of support, right? So definitely a 407 level of support. If you had gotten in right around there, you're sitting up, 6 to 7%, which is not bad. If you were going to get back in, you're going to want to get back in on a hold right here around 423. And then you could potentially look for your first take profit up here at 450, which is going to give you about 7%. Again, it's all about the consistent gains. It's not about making 100 or 200 or 300% on an options trade. It's about the consistent gains. And that's the big thing that we are about here at Young Money Investments. A lot of these YouTube channels will tell you, it's not even worth your time if you're not getting 50%. That's not true, because I have seen so many more professional traders, advanced traders, making money this way as opposed to buying calls or buying puts. It's just this is the way that I prefer to do it. So stick around with me if you're enjoying this way, and if you have not done so already, there's always that like button down there that can also get smashed as well. WORK is one other one that we got into. Again, we had called this one out. I'd called this one out on Monday and talked about getting in right down here at 28.01. This current push up, we're talking about we're already at a profit of over 12%. I honestly and truly, I took off some of my profit right up here at about 30.50, 30.62. And so I was kind of actually bummed that I took profit so freaking early, taking profit up there in the mid 30s. But if we can get a pullback on this, if we can get a pullback somewhere right into this range right here around $29, this still offers a nice potential for return here in the month of October, where if you can get another push up, that's 10% right there. And if you were to just ride it from the orange to the yellow right here, you're still talking about 4.42, not a huge return. So again, you'd be looking for at least a push up there. Again, a return lower, if you get a return lower down towards the purple, perfect. But this is a swing trade that has been working out really well for us. Last and certainly not least is going to be MTA. Now, MTA is a particular company that probably a lot of you have not heard of. As you can see, it surely would have been nice to get in right down here around $3. I'm not gonna lie, I would have loved to be in here at $3 and be up, 300%, right? But we got to deal with what we have currently, what we're looking at. Excuse me, I've been talking too much, right? I am looking at currently where we are at, what we're holding. We've seen consistent level of support down here at 7. We've seen some consolidation as well right here at about 775, pardon me. And then we're getting this break above right here at 8. Now this is where I like the entry point. I like that entry right at about $8. And if we can continue to see this thing push up, I'm liking a cover right around 9. So if I can get, some profit taken off from $8 to $9, that's 10%, right? We're gonna pull this up on just a 20-day chart here. And so if we can get that push up, like I said, up towards 9, that's where I'm definitely going to be looking to take some profit. And worst case scenario, we get up here over the next few days, that's still going to be 7.8%. If you were to get in, right now at 825, 826, 4.5%, you might go, that's not really worth it to me. And that's okay if it's not. You might maybe go, okay, well, I got to wait a little bit longer. I need 9%. Whatever your risk parameters will allow, that's what you have to obviously take. Now, where do I think I see this thing going? I see this as more of a long-term investment, because I think we can easily, once we break out of our ultimate highs up here at 1020, I think we can easily see this thing hit 12 and then hit $15. That's where I see this going. So 12 and 15 are definitely doable. So while I'm going to be taking some profit off, up here towards 9, and then maybe obviously a little bit up here towards 10, my overall goal is to keep more than 50% of this overall swing trade as a long-term investment, so that we can get up here towards $12 and $15. So I like several things about this particular play. We could go into a whole bunch of different details, but today's video is strictly going to be about the charts, the technicals, and where we see these things going. So I hope you found this video helpful. Again, if you're looking for stop losses and things like that, always use those fib retracements as kind of those stop losses. That's what I do. And if we dip down, boom, I take my losses, I cut them. And then if we do pop above, I usually have a little bit more of it's not like if I get out at $15 and it drops below $15 where I exit, I don't re-enter right at $15. I'm usually waiting for an overall reversal, or I put that new entry point somewhere maybe at 15.25, right? So just because my stop loss always does get hit, maybe let's say it does get hit, doesn't mean that I'm done with the trade. There might just be some chop going on, and then the reversal happens. And that's why, like I said, having those fib retracements is helpful. And then just setting alerts on Thinkorswim is definitely a big benefit. So I hope you found this video helpful. Like I said, if you want more information, want to be more in the group on a one-on-one on a daily basis, check out that link down below, and let's hope these trades continue to crush it for us here in the month of October, and I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will talk to you in the next one. Take care, you guys. Bye.